So what's going on here tonight at the Guildford Library?
We're doing a presentation of experiments which are taken from a book called How to Fossilise Your Hamster, which is a New Scientist book. Lots of questions and answers are sent into New Scientist, and a lot of them we've turned into experiments to help answer the questions. Hopefully we'll be able to entertain people at the same time. Essentially, selection of experiments now, a lot of them can be fun. We've got things like whether a vodka martini tastes better shaken or stirred, as James Bond fastidiously insists upon. He wants his shaken. And actually there is a difference, although it took me a few attempts to try and find out, a few experiments myself. We're going to attempt that, maybe get a member of the audience to try it. And we're also going to try one with champagne too, so we obviously like the drinks. We're going to have champagne spilling over a glass and then champagne settling in a glass, because if you pour a glass of champagne, I don't know if you ever noticed, the first time it froths up, the second time it doesn't. Now why is that? So we're going to try and explore that a little bit tonight. All these are taken from the book How to Fossilise Your Hamster, which is part of a series of books from New Scientist. I don't know if anybody's noticed this, and I'm sure you have, because waiters are taught it, that the first glass of champagne always froths up the glass, can pour over the top if you're not paying attention, but the second glass doesn't. Well, the reason is a bubble needs something called a nucleation site to form. A nucleation site can be a tiny bit of dust, a little speck, a pointy bit on the glass, microscopic, you can't see it, but it's there, and a bubble won't form without that. It's a vodka martini. Does anybody know what a vodka martini is? I mean, James Bond is fastidious about wanting his shaken, not stirred. But I didn't know until we came up with the experiment what a vodka martini actually is. In the vodka. Now, we're going to need, obviously, the lemon. This one's the stirred one, okay? There you go. Is there a difference between the two?
That's very nice.
That's right, you know.
To be honest, I
No.
can't tell the difference.
The reason there is supposed to be a difference, which you can't taste, is that when you shake the vodka martini, seasoned drinkers say that it bruises the martini. Now, we tried to look into this. You cannot bruise a drink. So what was causing the difference? Now, when you leave red wine out to breathe, it changes flavour. Everybody knows that. Whether they can tell the difference or not is another matter, but that's what happens. Now, there's something in red wine called aldehydes. Vermouth is a wine-based drink, and there are aldehydes in vermouth. And when they touch oxygen, they change flavour. So a shaken martini should taste, in theory, more oily, is the word, than a stirred martini. Well, Science Week is essentially about a celebration of British science, where it's probably got a bad image, science in Britain. Well, science around the world, everybody thinks geeks. You know, the scientists with the domed head and the white coat, all that kind of stuff. And we attempt to just change that perception of science. Britain suffers from a lack of scientists too, and famously known as the brain drain. People go abroad because they're better paid there. So essentially you want to keep more people interested in science in Britain and attract more people to work in it too.